Ladies, gentlemen, Speakerhead Squad, what's going on? It's your boy Speakerhead, and welcome back to another video. Back in February of this year, I tried to beat every single hard mode tower boss only using a Lamball, and I had a pretty fun time trying to beat that challenge, even if it was pretty frustrating at certain points. So after Pocket Pair recently added the master version of the Moonlord raid boss, aka the ultra version of it, I want to see if it was possible to beat every single ultra raid boss only using Lamballs. And after spending way too much time making an army of overpowered puffballs, I'm here to give you the final results of this little experiment of mine. But before we get into the video, just a friendly reminder that if you enjoy any of the music you hear during this video or just want to support the channel, it's all part of my DMCA free music label, Speakerhead Studios. This is a music label I created and run where all the songs on it are completely DMCA free, so if you're a content creator and you need some music for your content creating needs, then it's all available in the description below. You can also support the channel by becoming a channel member today and gaining access to some exclusive perks, including some extra behind the scene pictures of my mega city I'm currently building. But with all that out of the way, let's get back to the video. Now before we actually fight all these raid bosses, I want to go over something that's even more exciting than these bosses, and that's pal and player stats, of course. Starting off with Lamballs, after fully upgrading 30 of these guys, these are what their final stats came out to. And as you can see, after fully upgrading these guys, their stats are actually pretty solid, all things considered. A lot of this comes down to trust levels, giving a much larger boost to weaker pals compared to stronger pals such as legendaries. But either way, these are going to be the stats of the Lamballs I'll be using during these fights. Also, when it came to their passive skills, this is the combination I personally found to work best with my Lamballs. However, feel free to leave any suggestions on any other passive skill combinations you think might work well with these guys. On top of the stats I just showed you all, I also gave all my Lamballs either Mammoth Curry or Gilclaw Nikujaga depending on which fight we were doing, along with giving them all advanced health potions. Finally, I did end up using a Mega Boost Gun to temporarily boost my Lamball stats whenever I had a chance. So now moving on to my player's stats, while I did end up swapping out some weapons, my general stats mostly stayed the same throughout all these fights. But to quickly go over everything, I used a full set of legendary Hexalite armor along with some rare and uncommon health and defense pendants to help keep me alive as long as possible. I will mention for the first two fights I was only using a normal health pendant rather than an uncommon one, so you might see my health being a bit lower for those fights, but for the last two fights, these are what my stats will look like. Now on top of the armor and equipment I'll be using during this fight, I also have 5 Gobfins in my party with these passive skills to further boost my stats. And for those who are curious, all these pals in my party will give my player an extra 150% attack boost and a 50% defense boost. Finally, I gave myself the same food and health potions as my Lamballs to boost my stats to their max potential. So now we've gone over all pal and player stats, the last thing I'm going to do here before we get into these fights is show you all the settings I'll be using on my world during these fights. You can feel free to pause the video and look them all over yourself. However, the main setting I'm going to point out that I did change is the amount of pals you can have working at your base. While I have this setting cranked up to 50 pals being able to work at my base, since that's what I normally have my settings at, for these fights I tried to only use 15 Lamballs at a time unless I found it absolutely necessary to use more than that, so spoilers for future events. I know this might annoy some people and I can already see the comments telling me to beat this challenge on default settings, but just keep in mind that this was something I thought would be fun to try and attempt rather than being a guide on how to beat all these bosses only using Lamballs. Plus, to be completely honest, after spending 2 straight weeks only working on this challenge, I really didn't feel like scrapping this entire project, so here we are. That being said, if anyone has any suggestions on ways I can improve upon this challenge, let me know in the comments, since I'm more than happy to attempt this challenge again in the future. But with all that out of the way, let's actually start fighting some ultra raid bosses, starting with Bellanoir Libero. Alrighty, so here we are at the place where we're going to be doing all of these fights. I'll just quickly show it on the map here. We're just doing it on this little island here. And as you guys can see, the only thing that's going to be here is our summoning altar, and that's going to have our Bellanoir Libero tablet all ready to go for that fight. So as you guys can see here, we have 5 Lamballs all ready to go for this Bellanoir Libero fight. I think this is going to be totally fine for this. I know I said I had 30 Lamballs all ready to go, but I think 5 for this fight should be enough. But without wasting any more time, let's actually send out all of these Lamballs and let's start fighting Bellanoir Libero Ultra. But then the general game plan here is to use the Mega Boost Gun to boost these guys as much as I can, and then use some of my other weapons that I mentioned earlier to help assist them. Honestly, I think these guys could do it by themselves, but I figured I might as well help since it is a raid boss. But without further ado, let's actually start doing this boss. So let's hit these guys quick so that way they got that boost right away. And without further ado, let's fight the boss. Alright, Bellanoir Libero, let's go. Ow. Get them, guys. Show them what you got. Not doing bad at all. I mean, they could be doing a bit more damage, but they're not really taking damage either, which is kind of surprising considering this is the ultra version. Gotta get close swords attack. Come on, guys, I believe in you. Let's Just make sure these guys got a boost. They're all gonna be wearing off in a sec. See, the problem with using controller is that the auto aim sucks sometimes because I'm trying to aim at my pals for once, but the game isn't letting me do that. Either way, we will prevail. Get them, guys. Show them what you're made of. Gotta get that boost. Come here, you're in the way. Get 'em. I feel bad for the Lamballs because if you notice when you get close to some of them, they are crying because they're stressed out. But you gotta do it for the cause, buddy. You gotta show them what you're made of. Oh, come on. Let me aim away from the boss. Ow. I'm just gonna casually run through that beam real quick. Come on, guys. Doing good. Almost at the 7-minute mark, and we're almost at the point of her recovering. You got this. Go get those boosts in, guys. Show her your true power. Ow. Leave me alone. I'm not even attacking you right now. I'm sorry, little buddy. You just gotta do a few more of these fights and then it's all over. Get up. Where'd she go? Get up. Tank it, tank it. You got this. And I'll be honest with you guys, it's not the health part that I'm worried about for Lamball in terms of having 5 out right now. It's actually the fact that one Lamball doesn't have the power to kill kill these bosses in the time period. I did some testing with one, and while they can survive, they just don't have enough strength to actually kill them, especially through the second healing. But I guess that just kind of shows how powerful these Lamballs actually are. All right, let's get you guys a boost. There you go. This is one of the final main pushes. We're past the healing. Get 'em. I believe in you, little puffballs. There you go. Show her what you're made of. Ah! Get the final hits. Let's go, GG's. And with that, the first boss is completed. Nice job, Lamballs. You did wonderful. Now that we're all done with this first Ultra Raid boss, let's move on to Blazamut Ryu. So here we are. I got everything all set up for the Blazamut Ryu fight, and as you can see, we got 10 Lamballs all set and ready to go to fight them. Now before we actually get into this fight, I do want to mention that I might end up trying to change these Lamballs attacks to ground type, since Blazamut Ryu does change to an electric type once he recovers. However, as you might have noticed in our last fight, it didn't seem to pop up with any of our super effective moves actually saying that they're super effective, so I don't know if it's actually working on these bosses. That being said, if I do see that these moves are super effective against Blazamut Ryu, then I probably will change out for the ground type moves once that switch does happen. But without further ado, let's send out these Lamballs and let's actually start fighting Blazamut Ryu Ultra. Alrighty, we got our tablet all ready to go in here, and without further ado, let's just quickly hit a few of our Lamballs with these boosts real quick. There you go, guys. Get some boosts in. And without further ado, let's fight Blazamut Ryu Ultra. Here we go. What up, buddy? Lamballs, get 'em! Show 'em what you got, Lamballs. Oh, let me pull up my sword real quick. Swing, swing, swing. Get some of those going. Move out of the way, dude. I can't hit my Lamballs. It's one thing I've noticed about Blazamut Ryu. He'll just like stand on top of me, so sometimes it's actually kind of hard to hit my Lamballs since, you know, I'm being targeted like this. Buddy, can I move? You're like on top of me. Go away. Like, I'm glad you're not attacking the Lamballs, but I literally can't see. Get up! Show 'em what you got, Lamballs. Let me get some boosts going. You need a boost. I need that one back there. I missed. Ow. Can you get out of the way, dude? I'm trying to boost my Lamballs. He's like literally on me. Go away. Listen, bro, I don't like you like that. What are you doing, man? We're currently fighting a raid boss and you're just vibing? Yeah, get back in the fight. Same with you. What are you doing? I didn't spend hours upon hours upgrading you guys so you could just chill. Alright, we should be getting pretty close to the switch here. I haven't noticed that super effective thing coming up, so I think we're just gonna skip swapping out their abilities. Alright, he should be switching any second here. Get 'em, boys. Show 'em what you're made of. I didn't mean to pick you up, I'm sorry. Alright, I'm gonna pull out my weapon now. My turn. Ow. Lamball. I love how he just tanked that clap. Here comes the switch. Watch out, guys. Alright, second half, let's do it. Get 'em. I mean, so far so good. We still got over 5 minutes to go, and these guys, for the most part, I don't think any of them are really dead, so yeah, doing pretty solid. Ow. Did not target that Lamball for the life of me. Ow. Go away. I want to target the Lamballs, not the Blazamut Ryu. Get 'em. We're almost there. Come on, Lamballs, I believe in you. Ow. Hey, man. Big clap. Tank that clap, though. Alright, Lamballs, last big push. Here's some boosts. Finish the mission. Where is he going? He's fighting that Lamball all by himself. That's not fair. There, you get a boost as well. Get him! Show him who's boss, Lamballs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ow! Get him! Come on, let's go! Victory! Nice job, Lamballs. So there you go, 10 Lamballs versus Blazamut Ryu Ultra. Lamballs come out on top, even though he is very, very sad. It's okay, buddy. It's all over now. I promise you, it's okay. But now that we're all done with this battle here, I'm just gonna clean up a little bit, and then it's on to Xenolord Ultra. So here we are at my PAL box once again. As you can see, we're going to be using 15 different Lamballs for the Xenolord fight, and I do have a bunch of ice moves on all of these guys. But since Xenolord Ultra is a pretty difficult fight, besides all these Lamballs on screen right now, we're also going to be using all of these Lamballs as well. Now when I say this, I mean we're only going to have 15 out at a time, and if any of the other guys end up dying, then we're going to swap these guys out. And then if for some reason all 30 of these Lamballs end up dying during this fight, we do have a base all set up to heal all these guys with PAL pods. And then just like this base, we're only going to be able to use 15 pals at that other base, so I have 5 Anubises all ready to heal 10 at a time. But without further ado, let's actually send out all of our alpha Lamballs and let's start fighting Xenolord Ultra. You hear this guy right now? This is what we like to call an idiot class, and I'll tell you why. So when the Ultra version of the Moonlord raid boss was released, I thought this would be the most difficult fight out of all of them, especially with the annoying mechanic of only being able to hit the eyes when they're open. And because of this, I thought if I could beat that raid boss, then the rest of them would be easy, right? Well, I was 1000% wrong on that, because after 3 straight days of trying to beat this boss for the video, I still couldn't beat Xenolord Ultra. Even after trying to beat it with all 30 Lamballs out at once, I just couldn't get close to beating this thing. Well, if I can't beat Xenolord Ultra with this many Lamballs, I might just pull a summit. But after doing many tweaks to my strategy, I finally managed to pull it off. Also, since I did change my loadout a few different times while attempting this fight, here are the weapons I ended up using during this battle. But with that little rant out of the way, let's start fighting Xenolord Ultra. Bro, can I stop picking them up? Let's see what's happening. Come on, Lamballs, we got this. I have faith in us this time. I believe in us. Oh my gosh, I'm like stuck. Just trying to take out as many as I could before I died. This is tough, man, but I have faith. I tried. Alright, game plan, we're going to respawn at the other base, heal up some of our guys, and then we're going to throw them out, and hopefully they'll give me a few seconds. It's not a lot, but it's something. Oh my gosh, if I can even get to the PAL box. And if I die again, then we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to go back and try to heal as many of these guys as I can. I think we got them all, though. Come on, guys, we got this. 3 minutes. In fact, because of this, I'm actually going to teleport back and just start healing these guys because we need as many of these guys as possible. The last one's just going to have to stay dead. I don't have time. All right, let's get back. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. All right, Lamballs. Get 'em! Finish the mission. If I can get out of the way. Come on! Last push. Please, this has been so many attempts. Come on, Lamballs. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Oh my goodness. Ugh, you guys have no idea. Like, that took so many attempts. That was so much harder than I thought it was gonna be. Like, I've done this battle in the past, but it was difficult, but I figured with the extra levels and the extra boost to all pals and everything, I figured that would make it a lot easier, but apparently not. So, and as much as I really didn't want to use like more than 15 pals at a time, I could not figure out any sort of way to do this with only 15 pals at a time. Every single time my pals just got absolutely annihilated. Like, it was ridiculous. Like, we didn't even get close to that. We maybe got like half their health every single time on our like best attempts. So the fact that we were able to do this with 30 Lamballs, you know what? I'm happy with that. Considering that it's just a setting you can change in your world, I'm totally fine beating it that way. So you can let me know how you feel in the comments, but either way, I am satisfied we did that with only Lamballs. That's still pretty impressive either way. But with that fight out of the way, I'm going to get all of these guys healed up here and then on to the very last Ultra Boss. Alright, so here we are all ready to go for the Ultra Moonlord raid boss, and we're going to do it pretty much the same exact way as we did with the Xenolord raid boss, except for a couple minor differences. The first obvious one is this big wall right here. Since the Moonlord raid boss doesn't really move around, he's just going to sit in one place. We can kind of use this to our advantage and have a little bit of protection while we're sending out pals and while we're pulling them back. So we've got 10 of them right here all lined up and ready to protect us, and while I think that some of these will end up getting destroyed during this fight, I think it's going to be good enough protection for us for now. Other than that, the only main difference here is that we're going to have one different move on our Lamballs. Instead of having Holy Burst, we're going to have Diamond Rain on them, but other than that, it's going to be the same exact plan. But without further ado, let's actually send these guys out and let's start fighting the Ultra Moonlord raid boss. This is the last fight you'll have to do for a long time, so do me proud. Make sure we got everything we need. Oh, I did switch out the Vortex Beater with the charge rifle or flip flip-flop that just because it's very hard to aim with all the lag and everything. So I figured have something with auto lock. I'm gonna work a little bit better. Then let's just give myself some food and a health potion, and let's start the battle. All right, let's do it. Lamballs, get him. Show him your true power. Oh my gosh, it is so laggy. I am like spamming my trigger, but nothing is happening. I don't care what you target, just all target the same one. It was worth a shot. Lamballs, I believe in you. See, once we actually start taking out one or two of the eyes, then it'll become much easier. But until then, it's going to be pretty tough. Get rid of that eye. Alright, I think it's gone. I don't care which hand you decide to target, just choose one. The worst is when they start splitting off and trying to shoot both, because then it just takes forever. And like I said, the more eyes we get rid of, the easier it becomes. So kind of a struggle. I mean, not too bad. We already took out one eye. Let's see if I can give some boosts to these Lamballs fast, or at least the remaining ones. I mean, at least they're all on the same side, so hopefully they'll all be targeting the same eye. Yes, hit them with Dark Wisp. This is what I'm talking about, especially with this hand moving so much and the lag. It is just very difficult to try to stay on track of this thing. But notice how I'm not dying even close to as fast as I was before. Like I said, getting rid of those eyes really helps out a lot. Yes, hit him. Big damage. Alright, let's go pull Lamballs back and start healing so we can actually finish off this last eyeball here. And any that are alive, we will... Oh, none of them are alive. Never mind, I was going to say if any of them are alive, they can chill, but they're all dead. So perfect timing to pull them all back. Once we're done healing, we'll send them all back and we'll hopefully finish off this fight. Heal up my puffballs. I need you all to help me get to victory. Plus, this gives them some time to get their abilities all charged up. Like Diamond Rain takes 60 seconds to fully cool down, so gives them a little bit of cooldown time as well. Back to the fight. Get 'em, Lamballs. Let's make this the final push. I believe in you. Get 'em. Destroy this eye, and then it'll be really easy. Yes, last eye, gentlemen. We still got 5 minutes. You're doing good. Like aiming right at it and it is not doing any damage. What is happening? Alright, Vortex Speeder, since apparently I can't aim at all right now. Not gonna lie, a lot more Lamballs than I thought are dying, but that's okay. If anything, once we get pretty close to killing this last eye, then we'll pull some Lamballs back for the final push. Since the center, it doesn't really do much attacking at all, so it should be pretty straightforward kind of endpoint from there. I'd say at 3 minutes, kind of pull guys back and try to do our final push. Alright, this is a pretty decent point to start pulling guys back. Alright, we're gonna even pull these guys back just because I want them to heal up. It's alright if I die. That's fine. Kinda sucks, but that's okay. We'll just respawn at the other base and heal up and do our final push. Alright, that should be good enough. Let's go back and do the final push. Get 'em! Let's beat this Moonlord raid boss. We gotta get rid of this eye as fast as possible. Come on, hit him with Dark Wisp. That should do it. Oh, it's so like, there we go. Aim for the center. See, now it's just a straight push. Look how fast he's dying. Aim for the center. I overheated. Come on. Come on. We have 40 seconds. Oh, Dark Wisp is coming in. This should be huge. This should be huge. Let's go. Let's go. Get him. Let's go. Victory.
That was honestly way closer than I was liking. It was getting pretty sketchy towards the end, but Lamballs pulled it off. Like I said, once we got rid of those eyes, it made it so much easier. It was just a straight shot from there, but whew, we did it. It only took 30 Lamballs and multiple attempts, but we ended up finally doing it. So with that, I'm gonna let the other me take over from here.
So with those battles all wrapped up, I hope you all enjoyed seeing these cute puffballs take on some of the most difficult bosses in Palworld. But if you did enjoy this video, then make sure to leave a like down below because it really does help out the channel. Also, let me know down in the comments below how you'd personally take on this challenge, because I'd really like to see how other people would take on this challenge. Finally, once again, if you enjoyed any of the music you heard during this video or just want to support the channel in general, you can check out my DMCA free music label by using the links in the description below. But that's all I have to say for now, so thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch all y'all in the next one. Take it easy, everybody.